we have no fear of whatever Trump is doing on the other side. And I've just signed off on a huge mechanization, program that every region we have a mechanized center for agricultural mechanization and have trainees and all of that. That is our path to food sovereignty, food security. You remove hunger from poverty, you have defeated poverty. All I can promise you is where we started and where we're going. And your children's education, the path to Nigerian recovery, we are on it. Go home, be assured. Don't let anybody threaten you of any uncertainty. We are certain we are going to succeed.
Biafra must stand now. He said it must stand now. Do you agree with him?
Then it was actually a big mistake in the year 1969 and 70 when the war of Nigerian Biafra, conflict was raging. And America was even playing the role of errand boys to the British. That's why they didn't come fully. It was individuals, institutions, not federal, that actually came to help Biafra. That's why the NATO chairman is giving order to US, because everything about North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, whose office is in Canada, is managed by United States of America. So the chairman of NATO is actually educating Trump that it was a very bad mistake made in the past that is actually breeding all these controversies, political crises here and there, because they could not handle the issue of Biafra judiciously 58, 57, 56, 55 years ago. So the NATO chairman is asking for correction of that anomaly, that they would have made sure that Biafra went their separate way 58 years ago. But that mistake has been done. And the man is reminding Trump that it's better corrected now. Let Biafra go, let Nigeria be. So that there will be no escalation that will result to human, damages. I don't understand. Because if it happened that bloody escalation started in this part of the world, I think it's going to affect badly other African countries. I don't really understand. So that's what the man, is hinting at. That's better right now corrected. Let Biafra definitely go and let there be peace. Because the man has actually, done his research and found out that Igbo man is not an easy man. Because they actually know that we know our rights and we know what is right and what is wrong. We ask questions when something go wrong. We don't follow. Where Fulani go? Follow. Where Hausa man go? Follow. Igbo man is not like that. We ask questions. Why are you doing this? This isn't correct. We don't hide our feelings. There are people that anything where Fulani talk, hey, sheo, F1, give them now. Igbo man is not like that. So that is what NATO chairman is saying. It is better to correct these anomalies now before it is escalated into full-blown war. Nigeria is exploded already. A broken bottle can never be at least recycled back again. If there's any process like that, I don't know. I don't know what to understand. Nigeria is like a broken bottle. There's no way anybody could mend Nigeria again. Do you know how much we are owing China? Do you know how much we are owing World Bank? Do you know how much we are owing IMF? Who is going to pay the money? Are you waiting for Peter Greg Obi? Obi will do magic to pay the money he did not spend. Are you sure Obi is going to arrest all this garrison of armed robbers who call themselves politicians under Ahmed Tinubu and the Mohammed Buhari? Is he going to bring them to judgment? I don't think Obi has what it takes. What I know is that let there be division. Nigeria disintegration shouldn't be negotiable. Yes, it's negotiable or not negotiable. Anyone could serve. What I know is that not they have actually indicated the Arewa. Yoruba nation has stood out. And the Igbo man, the whole Niger Delta region, South, everywhere. The Republic of Biafra. Is it not good if everybody go peacefully? Why should we just stay crossing our fingers, watching only Fulani, corrupt people, watching Yoruba, corrupt people, appointing only Yoruba in the high places, stealing money? We can't do that. And the Igbos are not there. The Igbos have never found themselves in the centrality, ruling Nigeria, stealing money. If Igbo man is ruling Nigeria, stealing money, do you think Igbo man will be free here? Oga, we are cheated. And that cheating Igbo man is the reason why Biafra has come. We cannot be slaves here. We are not slaves. Oga, Biafra must, M-U-S-T, go their way and leave people who say them be Nigeria with flag, make them be Nigerian flag. We're not be Nigerian flag. Okay, we are Biafrans.
Okay, but it was reported that we know what Trump is saying as regards the killing of Christians in Nigeria. Yes, even yesterday came out to say what the likes of Railimo and the Ted Cruz, should report and investigate and report back to him as regards the issue. Yes. But a lot of people are saying there's ongoing discussion between the Nigerian government and the US government, yes, and Trump. Yeah. But it was reported that allegedly reported that what Trump has told that Tinubu, is it that division or Tinubu must step down?
Step down.
Do you think that it's possible Trump could have said something like
that? Yes. Trump is saying no amount of plea with US government. No, the amount of coming for dialogue or consultation. He said no, because nobody knows Nigeria more than he. Trump is saying that all his intel, all his agents, all news, both CNN, Al Jazeera, local, internationally, is pointing hand that Islamic agenda is to Islamize the entire country. And that was what actually brought about terrorist organization invading Nigeria. They actually had intel, gotten intel from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that Iran has big, long-time plan to Islamize the entire Nigeria, and they want Nigerians. That was Benjamin Netanyahu. He said, look at Iran plan, no, Nigerian government should be aware. The uncle Benjamin Netanyahu does not know that president is Muslim, vice president is Muslim. He doesn't know that already there is Christian genocide going on across Nigeria. I'm telling you, Benjamin, no. The whole terror group in Nigeria, number 1, PPK, 2, ISWAP, 3, Al-Qaeda, 4, Boko Haram, Killer Headers, La Karua, Mahmouda, Fulani Herdsmen, 9 in number. I don't want to include Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab operated in, I think, Abuja and Jos successfully. Someone was apprehended called Kabiru Sokoto, who led them with one Al-Shabaab woman, exactly white woman. That one woman escaped. The other one they arrested. Why did he escape from detention in Abuja? Muslim. All these people are from Islam. I'm telling you, they have bloody secret agenda. How can you tell me that in a secular country like Nigeria, president is Muslim, vice president is Muslim? There is something there. And they are almost succeeding. My brother, Christians in Nigeria, I don't know what is wrong with them. Even the clergies, Christian clerics are dancing to their costumes, supporting them, telling the whole world, no genocide. That's why I'm telling you that in this part of the world, there's no church. I go to church because I want to worship God, not because of pastors. All I do every Sunday, if I decide to go to church, I will go to a church of my choice, where my spirit is convinced that Jesus is actually the Lord there. I don't go to church because someone is speaking English. I don't go to church because somebody is quoting one kind Lego languages, like this Tunde Bakare used to speak English every Sunday. Later, now Citadel of All Nations at Ojota, big church. Is not Jesus is Lord though. Is not seek you the kingdom of God and all other things shall be added unto you. No. Now English and grammar. And Nigerians admire people that are too oratory. people that are motivational in speech. I don't go to church to worship any God, any man. I go to church to worship God. So what I'm saying is Christian leaders, they have failed. Just look at Christian Association of Nigeria, not supporting Christian genocide campaign. Look at PFAN, Pentecostal Fellowship Association of Nigeria, not supporting the campaign to stop Christian genocide in Nigeria. Except that pastor from Mid-Belt, that reverend. They are threatening to kill him now because he's saying the truth. Look at Reno Mokri, Femi Falana, Fani Kayode campaigning against people that are not supporting Christian genocide. Anti-Christ, anti-Christianity everywhere in Nigeria. I am not worried of the fact that Trump is working hard round the clock to make sure that Biafra emancipates and to stop annihilation, persecution, and the killings of Christians in large number in Nigeria. I support Trump.
You support Trump?
Yes.
And it was reported that Tinubu has ordered the Air Force boss to strike down the Boko Haram in Nigeria. What's your take as regards?
I'm not going to say anything about insecurity or the way to end insecurity or whatever it is. No. I want to adopt all what's been said from the beginning of this program, because these are the ways and means of resolving such issues. But what President Jonathan said, I was expecting him to make a very strong comment about how he really dealt with the issue of Boko Haram, which he used both the military and myself and other stakeholders. But maybe he decided not to, because a book is coming after that from him on how I dealt with Boko Haram issue. And let me also correct you, like I am happy to hear that the Boko Haram is not really Boko Haram, that's not their name. I'm glad to hear that from somebody who is not me. If I were the one who is saying that, somebody will say yes, because I know them. And that's not their name, because I know that they never claimed Boko is haram. If you have listened to some of their audio, which I had privilege of listening to, they said they didn't say Boko is haram, because so many of them have also gone to school. And they said you cannot open somebody's brain and remove the education in his head. So he had already acquired that knowledge, that education. He's an engineer, he's a doctor, he's whatever it is. What they are saying is that those who have gone to school and are educated are leading bad governments. What they are after is the issue of bad governance, because they want to be free, they want to do whatever they feel they should do. And I want to correct, and I'm glad this is carried on TV, live. I want to correct this wrong notion that people, non-Muslims, hold about jihad. Jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim by a Muslim. Jihad means to strive. And in whatever you do in life, you strive to be the best you can be. You strive to be a good Muslim. You strive to be a good Christian. You strive to be a good farmer or a good engineer. So jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim. That's a wrong notion people have been airing out for decades. And I wrote a foreword on a book. Across the world, published by the King of Jordan. And I wrote that forward, and I believe that book will be brought back again. It was about 13, 14 years ago. And it talked about the uses and abuses of jihad. Because at the back of the book, I remember very well, because they said one of the most fearsome word a non-Muslim would hear is the word jihad. And it's true, because people have already given it a very negative connotation, but it is not. And so let's live here with that notion that, look, jihad is to strive, it's not to kill a non-Muslim. Because as we know as Muslims, It's in the Holy Quran. You cannot take somebody's life without due process. You cannot kill somebody. Because they said to kill a life, take a life or kill somebody, it's like taking the whole of humanity. That's without being following due process. But these are things that scholars will talk to you about. So let's live here with this notion that jihad is not to kill, because we are living peacefully with one another. I'm a Muslim and I know I'm a Muslim. If you're a Christian, you know you're a Christian. Then when we understand one another, we are better equipped to deal with one another. Because I know who you are, you know who I am. There's nothing you can do to me. There's something I can do to you. Understanding is the most important thing. We understand one another and live peacefully in this country.
That's what we believe in. The honesty in Buhari, what we inherited from him, is total commitment to justice, transparency, and success. That's all. And you have anything less than that, you will have joy at the end of this journey. And we will jointly put dime, nickel, kobo, toro together. We will build a Buhari house. That house will be a house of joy and prosperity. I thank you very, very much. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Just two quick announcements. First of all, at this point, we are going to have the family photograph. And considering the number of people...
President Trump is threatening to go to war on Nigeria a day after designating the West African nation a country of particular concern over the killings of thousands of Christians there. Stephanie Bennett is live in London with more on this. Stephanie.
Hey, John. Yeah, the president has been very vocal in the last 24 hours on Truth Social. I want to read you just a couple excerpts of one that came out 5 minutes ago. The president said, quote, "If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now, quote, disgraced country, guns a-blazing," he says. He is then hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. And he also says in that post, warning the Nigerian government better move fast. Now, yesterday, the president posted also on Truth Social announcing that he was going to put this country as a country of particular concern, saying something must be done. He's now asking Congressman Riley Moore, Chairman Tom Cole, and the House Appropriations Committee to look into it and to report back.
I think this is going to make a huge difference, and we're going to get right to work on this and get to the bottom of what's happening and give President Trump a full menu of options that we can use to try to stop these killings.
Yeah, and Moore says there's about 15 possible options, including suspension of security assistance and targeted sanctions. Nigeria is, of course, considered one of the most dangerous places in the world to be a Christian, according to the well-regulated Open Doors International Group. Over the years, thousands of Christians have been killed in churches, schools, and entire villages have been burned, some even branded a genocide. The Nigerian government vowed today to keep fighting violent extremism and said it hoped Washington would remain a close ally. But some analysts blame the country's inability to protect its citizens over that wide spectrum of armed groups that operate across the country, including Boko Haram.
I think fundamentally Nigeria is a failed state. Corruption is simply out of control. So are the kinds of resources that should be there. It is a major exporter of oil, so it should be a rich country, but a lot of it gets diverted through corruption. So they don't have the resources in order to provide their security forces what they need in order to fight back.
And in order to combat this issue, earlier this year, Washington approved $346 million in arms for Nigeria. Back to you, John.
All right. Hills that you see behind me back there are where the Fulani who attacked this area back in December and then subsequently after that, January and February, they're living back there right now. In fact, one man here just said, if we go into those hills right now, the only thing we'll carry back are dead bodies, because they will for surely kill us if we just cross this small hill and go into those bigger hills back there. That's where they're camped right now. The very same Fulanis who caused the Christian massacre on Christmas Day. They came back and did more and killed more. They're living right in those hills right behind me. So we're right on the line. We're being told not to go any further, because if we go any further, surely all of us, or most of us, or some of us will be killed if we do. So
President Trump is threatening to go to war on Nigeria a day after designating the West African nation a country of particular concern over the killings of thousands of Christians there.
The president has been very vocal in the last 24 hours on Truth Social. I want to read you just a couple excerpts of one that came out 5 minutes ago. The president said, quote, "If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now, quote, disgraced country, guns a-blazing," he says. He is then hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. And he also says in that post, warning the Nigeria government better move fast. Now, yesterday, the president posted also on Truth Social announcing that he was going to put this country as a country of particular concern, saying something must be done. He's now asking Congressman Riley Moore, Chairman Tom Cole, and the House Appropriations Committee to look into it and to report back.
I think this is going to make a huge difference.
Every time the North will say, Nigeria is indefeasible. Okay, make Nigeria stable and peaceful. They refuse. If it is Christians that are doing this and they are doing the North, will he still say what he said? They would have been shouting Araba, Araba, Araba like they did the first time. The North should not think that we are fools. So every time they speak as if they want one Nigeria or they love Nigeria. If you love Nigeria, is it not Northerners that went outside there to bring terrorists into Nigeria? No, tell me. Was it mention one Christian? Even in Namdekal did not do that. Yeah, they are talking they want one Nigeria. You can see deceit. The Sultan knows exactly the cause of this insecurity. He knows where it's coming from. He knows the people that profess a particular religion that are behind it. Yet they will not even interrogate it or call a meeting for it. Every time, Nigeria is a lie. It's a lie. Whether they like it, if we didn't do, maybe our children will think better. That's the truth. This thing must not continue. The way these people act and behave is so annoying and so provocative. The other one, an Islamic clergy, at a sheikh, at that height, came out in the open and told the whole world that God told him to kill Tinubu's wife because she's an infidel. The First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Somebody from your religion said it because of religious sentiment, and you are telling me Nigeria is Nigeria. You are talking to yourself, the Sultan. I won't agree with you, because you people have used this religion to intimidate everybody since time immemorial. Everything you people do is all about religion. If it doesn't favor you, no. I remember when they want to hold Miss Nigeria in Abuja. This same people, because of religion, they took it to Calabar. Is that Christians? Did they behave like that? They don't even bother with you whenever they want to do something. They don't do it without caring. Is that not enough for people to say, look, we are leaving you people. Since you like violence, stay with your violence. We are going. Every time Nigeria is a lie. One day they will realize that we are not fools over here. I'm not joking. Because look at it yourself. How can you claim you love Nigeria? And
we are absolutely out of time. We are absolutely out of time.
Into Nigeria, you are not talking about it.
Well, thank you very much, Barrister Darlington Agumbo.
The structure of Nigeria, until we decide to be realistic, until we make up our mind and say, okay, Yoruba, you have ruled. North, you have ruled. Igbo, come and try your best. If there is no justice, there is no one Nigeria. Well, what are you saying? It's only good for Yoruba, it's good for Hausa, it's not good for Igbo. I'm a Yoruba man. What is wrong in an Igbo man ruling this country? I'm not a tribal bigot, but I'm saying if Yoruba have tried, fine. Hausa have tried, fine. Give it to the person you are looking down. He uses the foolish things of this world to confirm the wisdom of the wise. Are we not one Nigeria? The destiny of this country is tied down by the injustice we have in this country. You cannot be beating a baby and the baby is crying. I say, don't cry. How will the baby not cry? Baby, cry, oh, cry. If you don't cry, they will not hear you. Cry and change your baby cry to "and don't cry."